Hello, I'm Nicola. I'm one of the midwives here in the Rotunda Hospital, and today I'm going to talk to you about labour. So the signs of labour, established labour. So you will notice after hours of having your irregular contractions that now you'll start to notice there is a pattern. So you'll also notice that they won't stop and start. They'll be longer lasting and they'll be stronger. And you'll also notice they will be building up to a peak and then they will ease off. With your contractions, you might notice no matter what position you take or whatever activity you're doing, they won't stop. They will keep coming. And we do try and ask you to remember an acronym is like a predictive pattern, 151. What this means is one contraction every 5 minutes, lasting up to a minute. When you recognize that this pattern is starting, we say that if it's there for 1 hour or more, well, yes, now your cervix is actually starting to open. So that's where we remember that with the contractions, irregular ones are thinning out the cervix. Now the regular ones are opening the cervix. And again, they're going to be increasingly stronger, closer together. Before they were irregular, one every 20 minutes, one every 15 minutes, then 40 minutes. Now you're going to notice you're actually going to get one every 5 minutes. And by that, I mean, it could be 10 o'clock now in the morning, you get a contraction, it lasts for 1 minute, that's 10:01. And then at 10:05, you get another one. So that's 5 minutes between each contraction. We would advise if this is happening consistently for 1 hour, then you're going to plan to come into the hospital. This time you'll be saying to your partner, put our bags in the car, put the birthing ball into the car, we're going to make our way into the hospital. Established first stage of labour. So what are you feeling at this stage? You are definitely recognising that your contractions now have a pattern, they're longer, lasting longer, they're stronger, and you might feel it rotating around your back or even down your legs. From being very chatty and excited earlier, now you're very focused on your breathing, on your relaxation techniques, and you'll be more concentrating on all of these techniques. Your face will be flushed because you are breathing through the contractions, and before you were preoccupied, now you're restless because you know you're going to see your baby very soon. You definitely want your partner at home with you at this time, where before when your contractions were irregular, you would have called your partner in work and said, my contractions are here, but they're irregular. Your partner would have told their boss at that time, won't be in tomorrow because your partner is having her contractions. But now your partner is with you, they're helping you with your comfort measures. At this time, they're giving you your massage, running your bath, getting your little snacks, reminding you to eat and drink, and reminding you to go to the toilet. So what are you going to be feeling? You're going to feel these contractions are lasting longer. They are going to get you to do your breathing. The only way you're going to get through the contractions is by breathing your contraction in and out. Now, the deep breathing will be covered with the physio on the physio class in class 6. So what can you be doing at this stage? So if your contractions are coming really regular and you are going to make your way into the hospital, but you're comfortable at home and you're coping well at home, and if it's at the time that the traffic is going to be heavy, well, wait another hour, continue doing what you're doing, having your bath, having your shower, your massage, your rest, and then make your way into the hospital. We do also suggest, with each contraction, take it as it comes and breathe, do your deep breathing, and just remember you're one more closer to seeing your baby. At this stage as well, it's also very important that you go to the toilet, that you empty your bladder every hour and a half to 2 hours. You will actually get great relief when you sit on the toilet as well because there's no pressure when you sit down. So it's equally as important to go to the toilet as well as to keep up your drinks. And also it's important that you drink at this time for your womb. So it's also very important to remember to go to the toilet at this time, usually every hour and a half to 2 hours. It's very important to empty your bladder, because when your bladder is slightly full, even with all your walking that you've helped your baby get into that optimal position, a full bladder can actually turn your baby slightly into the not good position after all your hard work. So that's why it's very important, and your partner, to remind you to keep your bladder emptied so it keeps out of the way. So admission procedure, what happens when you come into the hospital? Just to mention the parking in the hospital here first, just to let you know that the car park in the grounds of the Rotunda Hospital is open to the public from 4:30 in the evening till 11 o'clock at night. You would just drive up to the red barriers at the side of the hospital, ring the buzzer, and the security personnel will let you in, and then you pay with your card or coins on the way out. So in the picture you see, this is the labour ward. We have 11 single rooms. Every woman will be there with her partner and a midwife. And because it's a training hospital, there might be a student midwife also. You will be here for the duration of your labour, then for the birth of your baby, and for 2 hours after you've had your baby. And then you and your partner and the baby goes to the postnatal ward. Monitoring in labour. Monitoring in the established stages of labour, we listen to your baby's heart rate every 15 minutes for 1 minute. We would also feel your heart rate too, that we can distinguish between your heart rate and the baby's heart rate. In the second stage of labour, or after each contraction, we will listen to your baby again for 1 minute while also palpating your pulse. From the picture at the bottom, you can see this is called a pinart. It's the basic tools of a midwife. We can listen to your baby's heart rate with this tool, but you cannot hear your baby's heart rate. That's why we end up using a Doppler for you to hear the baby's heart rate. It's a handheld device. Then if you need a continuous monitoring, you will need 2 belts. The top belt will record your contractions and the bottom belt records your baby's heart rate. You will need continuous monitoring if you're diabetic in pregnancy, if you were preterm, if there was meconium in your waters, if you had the epidural, if you were in induction labour and you're on the oxytocin drip, if there was any signs of fetal distress, if you had a previous cesarean section, or if you were having twin babies or more, you will need continuous monitoring. Every woman gets her vital signs checked. Your blood pressure is checked every half hour. Your temperature is checked every hour. Your respiratory rate is also checked every hour. And your heart rate will be checked when the baby's heart rate is checked. Vaginal examinations then, with your consent, will be carried out every 2 hours to see your progress in labour.